And we are back, and we decided to do something different today and review a short film. The film is entitled If Anything Happens, I Love You from 2020. Has a runtime of 13 minutes according to IMDb, although I think it ran 12 minutes and change on the actual Netflix thing. This is rated PG and was the award winner for Best Animated Short Film at the 2021 Oscars. This is by William McCormack and Michael Govier, and is a, again, short film about grieving parents. I'm going to go around the table and get impressions. I'm going to start with you. What did you think of this short film?
I mean, it was sad. It's sad. It's a very dark subject, losing a child, especially to tragedy, not even like
Illness.
Some sort of illness or natural cause. It's your child taken away from you by
gun violence,
which is unfortunately something that happens
more
way
frequently.
too often. Especially, it seems like as time goes on, it's just more and more frequent now.
Yeah,
I think
mean,
this year, I think there's been 2 incidents, haven't there been?
I mean, in the last week, there's been like 2 incidents.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. I think I told you previously today that there was a CNN poll, and they basically said that 54% of adults polled said that they were impacted by gun violence. That is a huge number, America. A huge number. 54% of people out there have either had a close relative, a friend, acquaintance murdered because of our pretty lax gun laws in this country. It is definitely trauma day in the household. We previously watched The Whale, which really took it out of me, and now this. I'd actually been avoiding this film for the longest time, but I wanted to do something different. I wanted to do a short film. This is one of those things that I've wanted to see for a while and kind of talk to you guys about. I think kind of like what you just said, it is something that is unfortunately way too prevalent in everyday news cycles. G, what did you think of the film?
Thought it was depressing.
Yeah. What did you find most depressing?
Like Dad said that their kid got like ripped away from them, and she was really young. Like
10.
10.
Yeah. I mean, no parent wants to outlive their child. That's for damn sure. I can't imagine. I think I mentioned. Well, actually, I'll go to you, Olivia. What did you think of the film?
I thought it was sad too.
Why did you think it was sad?
Gun violence.
Gun violence is sad. How?
Because it kills people.
Yeah. I mean, I know that when you guys go to school, my heart's in my throat. So, yeah, it's not easy, and I can't imagine the inverse is easy if one of the parents went and never came home, how that impacts a child.
Yeah. I mean,
they seem to be a loving family, and now there's a piece missing.
Yeah, and I imagine just like what they show in the film, like every little thing is a reminder, from like a spaghetti and meatball dinner to a patch of blue on the wall to a song playing. Yeah. How the hell do you go on? Especially if it's your only child. Like what? If there's other kids, you have reason, obviously, for going on. But no other kids, I don't think I would be long for the world after that.
Agreed. Yeah, I mean, it's like I told you kids, like growing up, I didn't have to do active shooter drills. So that wasn't a concern. I mean, we had stuff like, stranger danger and beware of people that come to you.
We had fire drills.
Yes, exactly.
What about tornado drills?
Nothing like that.
We don't live in the Midwest.
So. Yeah, I'm sure if we did,
like
maybe that would be
like for you kids, how is that?
Tornado drills?
They don't do
active shooter. Come on.
They don't do tornado drills.
Like how is that for you kids? How
doing
do you,
that?
Is this just run of the mill go through the
feels normal.
motions sort of thing, or is
Yeah,
this something that
I
you're
mean,
like,
this-
why is this world so screwed up that I have to do this?
Obviously, I think it's screwed up. There's a need for that, but we've done it so many times that it's just normal now.
Yeah.
What do they have you do? I'm curious.
They just have us like crouch in the corner while we
Yeah,
wait.
like the teacher will turn off the lights, and usually they put something on like the glass on the door, and they lock the door, and they have us like all crouched down in the corner.
It just seems
My
so
teacher
inadequate.
doesn't do that. Like, she doesn't put anything on the door. There's, like, nothing on the door. And, like, even, like, the principal, when she was walking around, she saw us crouching in the corner. And she was like, you probably need to, like, put something up or something because, like, I can see you.
Yeah, I think every door has like a little roll of black fabric or whatever above it, so the teachers could just like unclip it and it rolls down over the window.
But it's not like the door is bulletproof.
No.
Yeah. So that's,
Yeah, I imagine one good kick would probably knock that thing wide open.
yeah. Yeah. And unfortunately, guns are readily available to anybody, whether you have issues,
Have issues or not.
not.
They don't seem to.
They don't seem to discriminate. It's all about the bottom line.
And the thing it's like amazing is they keep manufacturing them. It's not like as though they go bad.
Right. Right.
So the people that have them still have them, and they pass them on and pass them on. And the ones that get passed on, they don't even have to make any sort of registration about who you're passing it on to, or at least I don't think that's existent in
No.
many states, or if any. I don't know for a fact. But then it's just, hey, let's just get some more, and to the point where there's so many that anybody can get their hands on it. It's just crazy.
Yeah. And I mean, other countries have put things in place where this isn't a thing, unfortunately, because obviously they care about their citizenry. And here it's all about dollars and cents. I mean, listen, I'm not anti-capitalism, but there also has to be some sort of just common sense. And we seem to be spiraling as a society where the news cycle is so rife with all of this murder and mayhem that it's almost now commonplace. I mean, my kids just told me
to it.
Yeah, my kids just told me that this is normal to them to do an active shooter drill. I mean, America, seriously,
We're numb to it now.
this isn't right. This is absolutely not right. What are we doing to each other here? I mean, is the bottom line of a bullet manufacturer more important than the grief of parents?
Apparently. Yeah. And at this point, it's kind of like it's too late.
Yeah, there's
It's
nothing
too
you can
late.
do.
There's nothing that can be done that will, and no law will ever be passed that, even if they were willing to pass these laws, there's no law or even means of enforcing the law that would just get rid of the readily available guns that are out there right now.
Right.
It's just that they're there. The cat's out of the bag. And even if they said, okay, no more, we ain't going to build anymore, we ain't going to sell anymore,
It won't matter.
if we see them, we'll come and we'll get them. All right, I'm gonna cold dead hands. There's still just too damn many,
Yeah.
and I don't know.
I don't know what the answer is either. It's just, it hurts my heart.
Mm-hmm.
I follow the mother of a Sandy Hook victim on Twitter, and some days are okay, and some days aren't. And I can't imagine. I wouldn't want to imagine what it's like to bury my child. And even though I have a second child, I don't know that I'd want to continue living if something happened to one of my kids where they just didn't come home. And I feel like a lot of people feel that way. But we're stuck, and there's nothing that can be done because the laws won't change. Because you have a very rabid, small percentage of people that have just hijacked talking points to, I don't know, to prove a point about an amendment that doesn't mean anything. Something that was created when we had militias and we weren't even a country. Active shooter drills shouldn't be normal. They just shouldn't. And even though this is a short animated film, so many people have had to go through this hurt. I have so much respect for people that take that grief and turn it into anger and action. Because all I'd want to do is there were parts in this short film that really broke my heart, like when the wife takes the shirt out of the laundry and smells it. I know that my dad passed away many years, and I have a shirt of his that I keep in a Ziploc bag that I sometimes smell every once in a while. Just to remind me. But fortunately for me, my dad lived a long life. He was in his 70s when he's passed, and I was an adult. And even though I miss him terribly, it wasn't like he was ripped away from me because somebody got it into their head that they were going to prove a point on this particular day at this particular time and took a piece of machinery that is supposed to fire so many bullets just incessantly that probably should only exist in times of war or places of war, but is being sold to for mass consumption. Yeah, that's wild, but here we are. I hurt for anybody that's had to go through this. I pray to God that this is never our story. And I pray for all those kids and people that are no longer here. I'm going to go around the table and get numbers. Olivia, 1 to 10, what would you give this film?
7?
Gee, 1 to 10, what would you give this film?
I'll give it an 8.
I'd give it a 9.
I'm going to give it a 10. It's powerful. It's only a few minutes. If you have Netflix, definitely go check it out. If you have been impacted by gun violence in this country, I'm so sorry. You're not alone. And even the people that have not been impacted by gun violence, they completely understand your suffering and your pain. And if you're one of these people that think that your rights are being infringed on, I hope you never have to bury someone you love. And that's it from us. And we will bid you all a good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.